Right, it's time to actually add a post, add a post rather into our blog. First thing we do is click up here and enter a title. Sometimes you might want to leave the title till last. The title shouldn't be too long, but not too short either. So maybe about 5 or 6 words. If you want to make a longer title, then you can. That's no problem. So we'll just type into here. This is a sample title. Good practice is really to have capital letters for titles. But it doesn't matter if you don't manage it, okay? And you get this thing here called a permalink. That is the link which I said, you can edit it if you want to. Sometimes I've noticed to be a problem. Not often, but there is sometimes. It's quite useful to take that and copy it by doing Control-C on your keyboard or right-click paste. Copy it to the bottom of the post. Now, why do I do that? It's because sometimes you get they're called bots, and they go and crawl websites. When they crawl websites, they steal your content from your web page. And when they steal content from your web page, they post it on their own pages, and it means that you lose you don't lose information, but certainly you don't benefit from it. So what you do is you copy that permalink, like I just showed you how to do, and then you paste it down the bottom, right click paste, just like you would in any other editor. Highlight this area here, click this little link button, like so. Go to this dialog. It's already highlighted for you, but if it wasn't, you could do what you want. Right click and choose paste, and then choose insert. The result is that now if any robot crawls the page and copies it to their own website, the result will be that you will actually have a link pointing to your site, so it'll take them straight back to where it came from. It's just good practice to get into, and this goes at the foot of whatever post you've done. Incidentally, that's how you add a link to any other text. It's called an anchor link or anchor text or whatever, but I'll show you the right way of doing that in a later video. Right, first thing is we're going to highlight this area here. Oh, one thing I've forgotten to mention is that if this dialog doesn't look like this, the chances are this button here has been clicked, called show or hide the kitchen sink. As you see, you can show or hide the kitchen sink. In other words, everything. All these little editor functions here. This little button here is toggle full screen. This is fun. Wait for this. Here goes full screen. That was scary, wasn't it? Get it back to smaller screen again, you click that button. So you can make it look how you want. I often edit in this kind of size here. Just to go through these buttons very simply, this is for bolding things, italic things, but you can do Control Bold B or Control I like you normally would. This is a strike through, so it crosses things out. Bullets, so you could do bullet points. This does you numbered points, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. This turns things into quotes, so if you're quoting a larger piece of text, you can use this to automatically block quote it. Align left, middle, center justify, align right. It's exactly the same as anything else. I never use this one. Insert a more tag. I very rarely use that particular thing. This is a spell checker, and it turns it on and off, and it'll spell check your work for you before you go anywhere. Format's useful. Basically, this keeps it all looking nice and neat and equal. Heading 1, don't worry about. Heading 1 is actually always what the title is of the blog. Heading 2 is most useful for doing subheadings on your blog, and I don't usually use the others. For normal text, you use paragraph. Okay. Again, you have alignment, so you can actually align it straight across the page. You have underline. This one here means you can change the color of your text. I'll come back to these two in a moment. This one removes the formatting, so you can actually sort of like go back to just pure text and there's nothing else in it. This one inserts or edits embedded media. I usually tend to use these little buttons up here for embedding media, and I've got no idea. Oh, custom character, there we are. So just like on your normal word editing type thing. These are indents, but again you can use your tab button to move things across, and then you've got undo, redo, and this little help dialog here, which will take you through to a main help dialog page thing. Okay, next video I'll show you actually how to put some extra words and text in.